You're watching La Quinta Columna.
But this is becoming more and more common. For example, the news on Antenna 3 was this.
A man has died while practicing, apparently, a black magic ritual. Decapitated chickens were found next to him. Marta Sasset.
Hello, good morning. Well, that's right. Apparently the man came early in the morning to this small cove where we are. He is on the road to Ronda, very close to Port Lemos. And here on these rocks that you are seeing is where he supposedly performed the ritual of black magic, in which he decapitated several chickens. Everything points to the fact that moments before he had argued with his wife and two daughters, because they did not agree that he carried out these practices, and when apparently they tried to stop him, the man began to convulse and finally died, without the family being able to do anything to save his life. In fact, it was precisely they who alerted the police and emergency services. According to sources of the investigation, it would be a tarot businessman, and now be that as it may, it will be the autopsy that determines exactly what he died of. It is not ruled out, however, that he could ingest some substance.
He was going to sacrifice the chickens, which he did, and in the end he was the one who was sacrificed.
Yes, but do you see how this world of sacrifice, of contact with him, is becoming generalized?
Here not long ago, here near my town, they found 15 or 20 sheep also decapitated, slaughtered, in a circle. This is too. It's more frequent than we think.
If you notice, it's that since this gives power, since this is the symbol of power and the canine is there, it's that it's pulled, it clings to a plaster, as they say here. As long as they have power, money and so on, as they create the necessary conditions, this skyrockets. Satanism is triggered because people are looking for power and they offer them power in return. What's going on here? What are we really selling when we sell our soul to the devil? What is at stake here? If you have it here, well, you see how they deceive us, they put this and such in us, they possess you, but then, what happens here? What are they looking for? They are looking for something that is beyond our life on the other side. Not only what is here, they also have it. If you realize how they put this in you, they force you to do that. They do what they want, because they are the owners. Do you see, they can do with you whatever they want here, but they are not satisfied with that. It's as if whatever was on the other side, they also wanted to own it. That is why everything we are looking for is so important. Ancient texts, sacred texts, because here there is something else that is at stake that is not only our energetic skin here, but there is something that goes on the other side and that they cannot. They cannot in any way be masters of them, except that our conduct are the ones they want us to have. The way of living in this world has transcendence in the other and they know it, that is why they cover it up, and they do not want anyone to know it. No, if he is reincarnated here, if everything is fine and he comes back and nothing happens, we live experiences, and so on. What they don't want you to know is that your behavior here conditions what is going to happen to what you are on the other side. Remember very well that they are energetic entities and that they get into your body and do it that comes out of their eggs because they possess you. Well, you have that same energetic nature of theirs, and the day you die you will most likely get rid of it as they enter and leave the body. Well, that which is going to come out of your body when you die, that is what is at stake when they do what you should not. And these who start decapitating chickens and that, for money, for power or whatever, are precisely doing what is going to lead them to the other side in the hands of these sons of bitches when it is all over. That is why they push people towards Satanism, which is nothing more than, the child takes this in exchange for that. The same thing you do in a Masonic sect or whatever it is, give me something in exchange for power. Do you realize how people work? In the end he has sold his soul to the devil. It's all a game. I tell you that we don't know what happens between now and death, but we have to be very cautious because they are looking for something that they don't confess to us. And most likely it is what we are on the other side. So very alert with all this. They are going to make us live in a satanic world where Satanism is generalized, a question of power in a world where human beings are going to debacle, to suffering, to misery, and this leads to power here in this world. In other words, they are going to push us towards Satanism so that we sell our souls and lose them to the other side. Be careful that this is going to be the master move of these guys in these times, That's why the whole apocalyptic world, bugs, demons, powers, antichrists, all that is what is being played now among us, and people get the message. Damn, the one who is on the antique side has money, he has power, this interests me. This one is here, this one feeds me, and I live very well. Go ahead, without thinking about what is going to happen beyond. Then, it's not just your life here that's at stake, but who you are on the other side. If you have realized that those bugs can possess your body, you realize how they do, it means that there is something in you, within what you are, which is that you are a body, which is very similar if not identical to what they are, when you detach yourself from the body. Then, that is what must be defended, what we are outside our body. And you defend that when you have impeccable conduct, that of the one commandment of Christ and the 10 commandments of the law of Moses. That is the behavior that allows you to preserve. That you are on the other side and they can't touch it. They're going to do everything they can to get you to do the opposite and somehow own you when it happens to the other side. I insist again, of what is on the other side we only know what is written in sacred texts and we must be suspicious. But it is very suspicious that they do everything they can to drag us into breaking these rules of conduct. Collaborate with La Quinta Columna by joining members of the channel. Subscribe and share this video. Information saves us.